Hi, fifth grade. Hopefully, this is going to be a very short video for you. I went ahead and created a small comic to explain how to use the dotting tool. Hopefully, you have been able to get to school and pick one up. If not, please go get one before you attempt to do this part of the project. The dotter. Okay, this is, like I said, it's just ribbon, but I have found that the best way to use this is to use it last. So I have colored everything in my picture that I want to, and I have left only the areas that I want to dot as white. After I'm done with that, I'm going to find a small piece of tape. I highly suggest masking tape. This is painter's tape, which is what I happen to have at my house. But I highly suggest that you get some masking tape and not like clear tape, because clear tape will rip your image. If you notice, I am just lightly putting this on my project to hold it still. I will be peeling it off at some point and moving it and adjusting it and things like that. So I highly suggest that you use masking and only put it on there lightly. Many of my students will tape their dotter down so it does not overlap their drawing, so that they're taping in the white areas, and that tends to work really well, just so it doesn't like peel off any of your beautiful work. But basically, to use the dotter, all you do is tape it down and then you individually fill in each hole. It is not that complex. What's nice about doing these last is that they you can clearly see where your dots go. And if there's any spot on your page that is white, then you color it with whatever color marker you need. It is hard to mess it up. Now, the really nice thing about the dotter is because you are taping it down, because you are going one circle at a time and not like going all over the top of it, the edges of your circles are going to be really nice and crisp and clean. Okay, it kind of looks at the moment like I am filling this whole page in, but I'm not, I promise you. Something else I really like about the dotter is that it is movable. So there won't be huge gaps. So I just did a few rows here just to show, but I can lift this up and my little perfect dots are here. But I have so much more of a page, right? So I'm going to peel this up and I'm going to line up. It only takes 2 or 3 rows. My old rows with the last few rows on my dotter, right? I just scooted the dotter over, but lined up a few of those rows, and then I can continue on, right? This dot I wasn't able to finish before. Here's a little half dot that I missed, and I can just keep going. Now, one of the downsides to the dotter is that it is plastic, and you are using ink on it. So when you are doing your circles, you want to make sure that you aren't really like pushing too hard up against the sides, because it will get on you. Like I drew over here before, and now I've got like marker on my fingers, and you will notice that you will have all these little like circle-y type things on your fingers. You want to kind of use the dotter in one go, because you don't want to accidentally flip your dotter over and get all this ink on to your drawing, because you won't be able to control where it goes. So focus on this, move it around, get it done, and you will have a very beautiful and very clean drawing dot job when you are done. Okay? Wherever is white, you need to dot. You're going to dot whatever area. If it's your letters, dot them. If it's the shape around your letters, dot them. If it's part of your objects, dot them. Okay, but you should end up with a very clean and neat and tidy dot rows when you are done. Okay, that's it. That is how you use the dotter. Good luck, and I will see you next time.